Hello everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel The Share Hub. If you're looking for a new way to learn or get motivated in the area of share market and trading, then this channel is for you. So please hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any of the new content I publish. I'm really excited to get started. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be taking a look at CIPLA Limited company analysis. We'll cover topics like its management, business and products, income sources, share price, valuation, cash flow and balance sheet, etc. We'll go over the basics of reading financial statements, and gain insights from calculating ratios and assessing trends, understanding of how to make a sound investment decision. So, let's get started. CIPLA Limited is a global pharmaceutical company that is focused on responsible and sustainable growth of complex generics and deepening portfolio. This company has markets in India, South Africa, North America, and many emerging markets. Equity shares of the company are listed on both CSE and NSE of India. CIPLA Limited is founded by Mr. Khwaja Abdul Hamid and its current CEO is Mr. Umang Vohra. It has around 22,000 employees and its headquarters is switched in Mumbai, India. We can reach out to the official website is CIPLA Limited at www.cipla.com. CIPLA Limited. This company is in the business of manufacturing, developing, and marketing wide range of branded and generic formulations and active pharmaceutical ingredients, APIs. The company has its wide network of manufacturing, trading and other incidental operations in India and international markets. Now let's talk about its products, which are mostly generic medicine that includes active pharmaceutical ingredients, lamivudine, fluticasone propionate, escitalopram oxalate, antidepressant, antiretroviral drug, world's largest manufacturer. Now let's take a look on its income statement. Its operating income during the year rises 13.6% on a year-on-year, YoY, basis. Company's operating profit increased by 1.9% YoY during the fiscal. Operating profit margins witnessed a fall and stood at 19.9% in FY22 as against 22.2% in FY21. Depreciation charges decreased by 1.5% and finance costs decreased by 33.8% YoY, respectively. Other income grew by 19.3% YoY. Net profit for the year grew by 6.6% YoY. Net profit margins during the year declined from 12.5% in FY21 to 11.8% in FY22. Now let's take a look on its income statement. Its operating income during the year rises. If we talk about its share price performance over the last 1 year, CIPLA share price has moved up from 945 Indian rupees and 20 paise to 1038 Indian rupees and 70 paise, registering a gain of 93 Indian rupees and 50 paise or around 9.9%. Meanwhile, the BSE Healthcare Index is trading at 23,265 Indian rupees and 80 paise, up 0.1%. Over the last 1 year it has moved down from 26,432.9 to 23,265.8, a loss of 3,167 points, down 12.0%. Overall, the S&P BSE Sensex is up 8.6% over the year. If we talk about its share price performance over the last 1 year, CIPLA share price current valuation of the CIPLA Limited can be understood by the following key ratios that are: its EPS, that is earning per share, is 31 Indian rupees and 70 paise and PE ratio is 32.8 times. Its PBV ratio is 4 times and PCF ratio is 21.1 times. If you are confused with these ratios, we will cover all these in our next video. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the like button so that you can't miss any update from our channel. CIPLA's cash flow from operating activities, CFO, during FY22 stood at 33 billion Indian rupees on a YoY basis. Cash flow from investing activities, CFI, during FY22 stood at 19 billion Indian rupees on a YoY basis. Cash flow from financial activities, CFF, during FY22 stood at 16 billion Indian rupees on a YoY basis. Overall, net cash flows for the company during FY22 stood at 1 billion Indian rupees from the 1 billion rupees net cash flows seen during FY21. Now we can see the cash flow statement of last 5 years. For the last financial year, the cash flow statement is given on your screen. CIPLA's cash flow from operating activities, CFO, during FY22 stood at 33 billion Indian rupees on a YOY basis. Talking about its balance sheet, the company's current liabilities during FY22 stood at 49 billion Indian rupees as compared to 46 billion Indian rupees in FY21, thereby witnessing an increase of 7.0%. Long-term debt down at 4 billion Indian rupees as compared to 12 billion Indian rupees during FY21, a fall of 65.4%. Current assets rose 12% and stood at 147 billion Indian rupees, while fixed assets rose 2% and stood at 119 billion Indian rupees in FY22. Overall, the total assets and liabilities for FY22 stood at 267 billion Indian rupees as against 248 billion rupees during FY21, thereby witnessing a growth of 7%. Talking about the ROE for the company declined and down at 12.3% during FY22, from 13.1% during FY21. The ROE measures the ability of a firm to generate profits from its shareholders' capital in the company. The ROCE for the company declined and down at 17.0% during from 17.7% during FY21. The ROCE measures the ability of a firm to generate profits from its total capital, shareholder capital plus debt capital, employed in the company. The ROA of the company declined and down at 10.0% during FY22, from 10.3% during. The ROA measures how efficiently the company uses its assets to generate earnings. The company's current ratio improved and stood at 3 times during FY22, from 2.9 times during FY21. The current ratio measures the company's ability to pay short-term and long-term obligations. The company's interest coverage ratio improved and stood at 33.8 times during from 21.5 times during FY21. The interest coverage ratio of a company states how easily a company can pay its interest expense on outstanding debt. A higher ratio is preferred. Now the question is, what does the key ratio analysis of CIPLA reveal? Be it the company's profitability, operations effectiveness or utilization of funds, ratio analysis is an important tool which helps in making investment decisions. The ratio, financial analysis of CIPLA reveals, margins witnessed a fall and stood at 19.9% in FY22 as against 22.2% in FY21. Net profit margins declined from 12.5% in FY21 to 11.8% in FY22. Debt-to-equity ratio for FY22 stood as compared to 0.1 in FY21.